So Todd, what are you doing standing there staring blankly ahead? Todd, what are you doing?
Oh! I'm so sorry. Every now and then, the trees in my neighborhood have a chemical that the wind blows at me. Makes me want to kill myself with a knife.
You know what this reminds me of? That terrible, terrible movie.
Oh, Autumn in New York with Richard Gere and Winona Ryder.
No, The Happening.
Oh, what's happening?
No, not the classic 70s sitcom starring Fred Rerun Barry. The Happening.
Welcome back to the Junkyard. By the way, I like that we've been doing junkyards like we did the 70s, we did the 80s, we did the 90s.
Now we're in the 2000s. There's a lot of junk to sift through from the 2000s and the 2010s.
Like a lot of junk. And if you're going to pick a director in the late 2000s that was on a complete downslide, who would that director be?
That would be M. Night Shyamalan.
Yes, it would.
Big meteoric rise, came swinging out with a big hit, The Sixth Sense.
Where is she?
Standing next to my window.
Oh, you're scaring me.
They scare me too sometimes.
Like an AA minus movie.
I've seen it recently. It still holds up. I do not know what happened to this director.
He followed that up, by the way, with a great sort of superhero-esque movie.
Like a quasi-clandestine superhero origin story.
Yeah.
Unbreakable. Really, it's still a solid movie.
Bruce Willis, Samuel Jackson. I'd give that like a solid B+.
Yeah,
then
B+.
Then he does Signs. It's not great, but it still has a creepiness to it. It's well cast, I thought, well acted.
That's where the cracks start to show. This is where he's so reliant on his third act twists.
Yeah, definitely.
And this one doesn't make any sense. Like, why would the aliens have an affinity to water? Why would they invade a planet where they can clearly see water is 75% of the planet? Why would they even bother with it? But,
they're afraid of water.
It kills them.
But I'll take that over The Village, which was his follow-up.
That's really where what the fuck is he smoking?
Kind of his first D+ movie.
It's kind of interesting premise, but the third act is so ridiculous it completely negates the entire rest of the movie.
And the thing that sums up that director is everything can't be about pitches and premise. But then he doesn't always deliver on the rest of the film.
The later part of his career is all about the pitch.
Right.
And, that works, I guess, for some studios.
For some. Now, what followed The Village was pretty bad.
Then he did this ridiculous Lady in the Water. And somehow he got Paul Giamatti to be in it. And that's just an unwatchable film.
What did M. Night Shyamalan do after Lady in the Water?
He did the movie that we're going to talk about today in the Junkyard, The Happening.
The Happening.
Pretty famously bad film from 2008.
Yeah. By the way, before we dive into this movie, can we just briefly mention some of the shit that followed?
I don't know if it's even...
just a few of them. One of them I know was a movie called The Visit.
Would you mind getting inside the oven to clean it?
Stop! Now! Stop!
It's insane asylum escapees who killed the grandparents and are somehow the kids don't know that they're the grandparents.
Are you serious?
Yeah. That's the premise. Yeah.
I had no idea.
I think what he was trying to go for that is some sort of modern Hansel and Gretel type of story, but it's just so dumb.
And then I know he did a horrible idea for a film. It's called Old or something like that.
Oh no.
People just suddenly get old.
The island turns people old. Yeah.
Is it the island or do they just cross a certain plane?
I never saw it. Whatever movie I saw the trailer for, people were just laughing at it.
I watched about 30 minutes of it and then stopped. Did M. Night do anything else since Old?
Funny you should ask, because just when you thought
shit couldn't get shittier,
just when you thought M. Night's shit couldn't get any shittier, the most recent thing he did was Trap. Or Trapped?
Oh my God.
You know the butcher? The freaking nut job that goes around chopping people up? Feds heard that he's gonna be here today, so they set up a trap for him. This whole concert, it's a trap.
Which I never saw, just because...
I saw the trailer.
If we thought Old was ridiculous, the Trap just looked fucking stupid.
This guy had, I like the way you put it, a meteoric rise and then just freaking.
He kind of like, he reached the top of the roller coaster early, and then it was a slow kind of down. And then all of a sudden there was a sharp downturn.
There was one slight up moment.
What was that?
The Cabin movie.
Families throughout history have been chosen to make this decision. Your family must choose to willingly sacrifice one of the three of you to prevent the apocalypse.
I think that was generally liked by people, audiences. I never saw it.
So I'll give the guy credit where credit is due. He maybe had a movie that was slightly better. But his downfall was so significant.
I just can't take anything he does seriously anymore.
I agree.
What? No.
This is a perfect movie to talk about when we're talking about the downfall of that director.
There's a lot to choose from, but yes.
Yes. Mark Wahlberg leads the cast.
Horribly miscast. He's a science teacher in this. And Mark Wahlberg is a good actor in very specific roles.
Boogie
very
Nights.
specific.
Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We can always do better. I'm gonna keep trying if you guys keep trying. Let's keep rocking and rolling, man.
The Departed, he's really good in that.
Do you want him to chop me up and feed me to the poor? Is that what you guys want?
Yeah, well, that might stick.
Will you shut up?
Oh, he was in Planet of the Apes.
Well, yeah, that's again miscast in that.
Yeah, miscast.
Horribly miscast in that.
Where am I? What is this place? How the hell did these monkeys get like this?
My problem with this movie, starting with that lead actor, is that immediately you can't take it seriously. He's like,
he's supposed to be a science teacher. From the moment his character is introduced, you just cannot take him seriously trying to teach science.
I'm teaching science. You kids don't care about science?
Who wants to learn about science? I'm sciencing here, all right?
Let's get down to some sciencing.
Look, I don't know if you guys have heard about this article in the New York Times about honeybees vanishing.
Besides Mark Wahlberg being a horrible science teacher and the lead of this film, who's another main? I guess it would be Zooey.
Zooey Deschanel plays his wife.
I wouldn't even say she's miscast, right?
She's just not given any direction at all.
Or she's phoning it in.
She's phoning it in for sure.
Yeah.
She just stares blankly, in the distance, and given extreme close-ups where she actually has kind of crazy eyes when she's supposed to be reacting to stuff.
Why are you looking at me with those crazy eyes?
You acting crazy? Why are you acting crazy? All right?
I don't see why you have to act crazy. There's a good supporting actor in this film.
There is?
There is a good actor who tends to be in supporting roles in this film.
He can be good. Sometimes he's way over the top.
Who are we talking about?
Talking about John Leguizamo.
I like him.
Yeah, he's in this movie for 10 minutes and then he gets the fuck out.
Because he's smart. He's smart. This movie sucks.
Here, take my daughter. I'm getting out of this movie.
Is there any way you guys could kill me in the first 40 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I guess he's a co-teacher with Wahlberg at the school.
Mostly, he's just one of the guys that goes, "What's going on? I don't understand what's going on."
Hey, babe.
Hey, Thelma.
How you doing?
Hanging in there.
Me too.
He's got a daughter.
He has a daughter who's the most forgettable child actor I've ever seen in a movie.
Maybe one of the worst. We're not picking on a 7 or 8 year old child. We're just saying
there was not a character written for her and she's not given any direction. So she's just kind of there.
Yeah, like a blank.
They might as well be pulling just a doll with them.
That's a really good way of describing her. Now, there is an old woman that kind of appears in the last act.
She shows up for 10 minutes too.
She's very familiar.
Stick him up your... Bitch, what the world? I'm gonna knock you down. Do you understand me?
She's the gym teacher in Carrie, and she was the mom in 8 is Enough.
She's the mom in 8 is Enough.
Her name is Betty Buckley.
8 is Enough mom. And she was in 8 scenes, I think, in the house. And she was pretty much I think 8 scenes are enough.
Yeah, right.
So I'll be in 8, and that'll be enough.
I can't believe she agreed to be in this. Her death is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And her scenes are ridiculous. It's she's a good actress.
Is there anybody else worth noting?
There were bodies on the road into town.
Cheese and crackers.
Just a bunch of badly directed extras.
Mother of God, what kind of terrorists are these?
There are a lot of bad extra.
I think this is the movie with the worst extras acting I've ever seen.
It's actually a great contrast to talk about a director who could do it well.
Who's that?
Spielberg. One of the marks of a good director is that you can make
one of the Marky Marks.
One of the Marky Marks of a good director is that you can make extras shine a little bit.
Yeah.
But a Marky Mark of a bad director is that the extras
don't know what to do. A lot of the extras,
they're looking at the camera sometimes.
Yes, they're looking at the camera. They're all in these like comically tight shots.
Yeah. Everyone's gathering around a woman on the phone talking to somebody.
Yeah. That scene, right. Let's all just stand here and listen to her talk on the phone. Yeah.
I went from outside.
Yeah. Is there any other noteworthy actors? There's one familiar guy who's among like the gang of people that they interact with, and who's like on the journey with them.
I know him because he was in Twin Peaks: The Return.
He's got kind of big, familiar eyes,
crazy eyes, and longish hair.
Long hair.
He's like, I don't think he's ever given a name. He's just like a nursery store owner who, conveniently for the plot, knows a lot about plants and how they react to humans.
You know, hot dogs get a bad rap. They got a cool shape. They got protein. You like hot dogs, right? You like hot dogs, don't you?
Good segue. Let's talk about the plot.
Wait, is there a plot to this movie?
No. Not well, okay, there is, to give it some credit, there is.
It's a lot of meandering. That's all this is.
People from the very beginning are frozen and like
it's supposed to be like scary, but it's actually comical the way that M. Night blocks these shots of people just standing frozen for no reason.
It's weird. Those people look like they're clawing at themselves. Is that blood?
He didn't think this through. Like, it only affects this person and this person, but not this person. And
it actually is very comical. I will give it credit though. Like the very beginning, where some people are like suddenly not moving, it's a great idea. And again, premise is kind of his thing. It's like, here's a pitch for you.
But it's not.
And then suddenly they're frozen and some people are like, what's going on? The problem with that is why is one woman acting normal when the woman right next to her on the bench is affected by something that is being caused by nature? It makes no sense.
Right. There's no tension. If this is supposed to be a thriller,
none.
There's absolutely zero tension.
It's got a small creepy vibe with the people that aren't.
Not really.
Well, the people that stop walking, you're like, well, that's kind of weird and strange.
But like I said, the way it's blocked by M. Night, I don't think it's creepy. I think it looks
But
ridiculous.
a woman suddenly stops and then she takes up. I don't know why
she has a ridiculous like knitting needle in the back of her hair. Thankfully she had that.
Yeah.
So she could then stab herself in the neck.
So people, they're being driven to kill themselves
by trees or wind or
it's plants, trees, and it's the wind blowing it towards the people. For some reason, it has something to do, at least at first, with the amount of people. I think it's got to be like congested with people. And then...
But they have to be around trees because it happens in parks?
I don't know.
Why is Central Park in New York the first where this happens? Like,
exactly.
Why not Golden Gate Park in San Francisco?
There's a lot of things you could say.
That's the lack of thought that was put into this screenplay.
Yeah. And then you're pretty much... You meet the teacher, of course. I'm a teacher. I'm here to teach.
Good thing I'm talking about the disappearance of the bees.
Honey, there's something going on. Did you hear about New York?
They flee on the train for some reason.
And I feel like the movie only stays kind of like upper state New York, or maybe they're in New Jersey at one point.
By the way, there's tons of like conveniently turning on the TV and plot exposition is being told on the news. There's tons of that in this movie.
Well, our brains come equipped with a self-preservation mechanism to stop us from harmful actions. This new neurotoxin is basically flipping the preservation switch.
Lazy writing. At one point they say this is localized to the northeast of the United States for some reason.
Right.
Never explained why.
Never.
Just because M. Night likes his hometown of Philadelphia, I think that's the only reason.
Would you say that most of the movie is just their small journey through?
I wouldn't even call it a journey. It's just meandering.
But
I don't know where they're going.
I don't even think that they know, and they're just sort of moving between like what, two states?
Marky Mark lives and Zooey live in Philadelphia.
They're hearing about
all of M. Night's movies take place in Philadelphia.
Okay,
and that's where he's from.
So is it all Pennsylvania?
I think they're slowly meandering around Pennsylvania. It's not clear.
They mentioned Princeton at one point. Maybe
that's when John Leguizamo gets the fuck out of the movie. Because his wife, for some reason, is in Princeton.
So they were never in New Jersey.
No. And then he's like going to find his wife and leaves his daughter with Mark Marky Mark and Zooey.
Because
Take my daughter! Because he just wanted out of the movie. I really think he's like, I'm not staying in this movie.
Or maybe it was like, my daughter has no personality. Maybe with you guys she will. You're right. He ditched. So he's out of the movie in like the first 40 minutes?
Yeah. And there's lots of scenes like this in the movie where like they're driving straight ahead.
Yeah.
And they don't see what's right ahead of them until the camera actually pans over to it. And then they like react to it. Even though the driver and the people in the front seat, including John Leguizamo, should be like, oh my God, there's dead bodies all in the street in front of us. They don't see that until the camera in the back seat actually pans over to them. And
That's
then
right.
they react to it. There's lots of that lazy
And horrible dialogue.
Terrible, yeah. Oh,
Or I would say about a third of the time, someone's going, what do you think's going on here?
or what's happening.
It's the happening.
Could this really be happening?
I would much be rather watching what's happening.
I would too.
A person shouldn't insult another person no matter who he is. You should know that, fool.
I think one of the reasons this movie belongs in the junkyard is that the plot really is kind of...
There is no plot.
There really is no plot.
It looks like it was filmed cheaply because it's all filmed in like the backwoods of like Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Like you think of War of the Worlds, and
Yeah.
big like disaster epics. There's big like epic scenes of like cars
Right.
like backed up.
Right.
Even dumb movies like Deep Impact,
Oh, yeah.
Armageddon. Like you
Yeah.
know, there's big budgets where you see like
Yeah.
epic shots of like people running.
It's a lot of weird...
There's none of that in this.
Here it comes!
There's a lot of weird close-ups.
Ridiculously extreme close-ups too.
Why?
I think there's a lot of scenes where like
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg and John Leguizamo are not together in the scene.
Yeah.
Or Zooey Deschanel and Mark Wahlberg are not together in the
So he's filming them
So
independently.
he's filming them independently in extreme close, very tight close-ups.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of like the
Yeah.
ridiculous like reaction shots come from, especially from Wahlberg and Zooey Deschanel.
Yeah.
When their eye levels are off at certain times.
That's right. She's looking at the...
She's probably looking up at M. Night. Meanwhile, Mark Wahlberg is looking parallel to M. Night. He's supposed to be looking down
Instead
at
of
her.
looking down at her.
Yeah, and there's
Right.
lots of that.
Yeah. And the dialogue is really,
Really bad.
really bad. I mean,
like the most famous one is
Plan on murdering me in my sleep.
What? No.
the famous meme from this movie.
oh, the old lady's yelling at him.
She's just stock crazy woman.
Back to him is that I think that he's basically the driver of the meandering, where he's like, hey, we got to get away from the trees and the wind. We got to get out of here.
There's no reason why he should come to these conclusions of the trees. They think it's like a terrorist virus initially. And,
You guys like trees?
and because he's been talking about the disappearance of the bees
Yeah.
to his class, he's then like takes this what would are assumed to be an illogical step, but it's ridiculous, where it's now the trees.
Yeah.
The trees.
It's a chemical. You guys don't want to run from it? You want to stay by the trees? We should run.
Let's just stay ahead of the wind.
He realizes that if you're congregated in a big group, you're more likely a victim.
Until that's not the case.
So he says split it up. But then later, suddenly, one person is impacted. So it's no longer a congregation.
it's
It could
just
be
whatever
one or-
convenient for the script at that point. Yeah.
So that's pretty much the movie.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. They start on the train.
They run from
The train, for some reason, stops in some like backwater Pennsylvania town. And then they all get off.
And as the lead actor, it's his job to talk to the people running the train. Why are the 7 train guys like sitting by themselves with no people talking to them except for the lead actor? And he might as well just say, hi, I'm the lead actor in the film. I'm here to talk to the train conductors.
I'm the lead actor. What are you here to talk about?
What? You guys are train conductors. You don't want to talk to me?
Does anybody know where that is? Why are you giving me one useless piece of information at a time? What's going on?
And that's where the first instance of like bad extra acting comes in. There's all these people in the diner where they get off on the train. And
Yeah.
you think all these people in the diner are like
Yeah.
like
It's
part of the train. And then all of a sudden, comically, people's like,
there's like
run the fuck out of the diner, and there's cars all of a sudden there. And like the funniest extras acting, I think, is in that scene.
the only other part of the film, to me, and I think you would agree, besides the meandering that we have to get away, is that every now and then he wants to sneak in a death scene.
Yeah.
Could be somebody that lies on the grass and gets run over by a tractor. Could be that
I know.
early in the film, it's like
I forgot about that.
a cop shoots himself early in the film, shoots himself, drops the gun, and then different people pick up the gun.
One guy picks up the gun and then walks like 10 yards
Yeah.
before he kills himself instead of just shooting himself immediately.
But that's because when the gun drops, the camera is supposed to be here where the next actor knows that they can walk into frame.
But again, that's just bad blocking.
I know. It seems like that. There's a few other moments. Another example is the old lady in the house. Her manner of death is to crash her head through windows from the outside. I guess the idea is that she would keep doing it until the shards of glass would cut her enough to bleed.
It was all very comically done. Now, here's my question.
Yeah.
Do the trees tell the people the manner in which they should kill themselves? Are the trees going, smash your head through the window, old lady?
You people should use a gun that the cop drops and shoot yourselves.
By the way, you've got a knitting needle in your hair. Why don't you stab yourself with it?
For you, old man, a good thing would be to lie on the ground and let the tractor run you over.
And let the lions maul you to death. Are the trees actually doing that?
No, I think what's happening is the trees just say kill yourself.
And find the nearest convenient way to do it?
Yeah. The chemical says figure out a way to commit suicide. It's stupid.
Yeah.
It's just dumb.
So the trees are able to produce some sort of spore that convinces people to kill themselves.
Yes. So besides those shock value scenes,
that is a major like upgrade in evolution, by the way.
I agree.
Trees suddenly can do this.
Yes. That's because the bees are missing.
That fits into his like ham-fisted environmental message. By the way, his ham-fisted environmental messaging is just as bad as the messaging in Birdemic in those movies.
Yeah.
It is as bad as those.
Yes, I agree.
Plants and trees just can't pick up and move when they feel threatened like other species. They have only one option: to rapidly evolve their chemistry.
The other thing about the deaths is that I feel like that is supposed to be the shock value, but it's not that.
It's funny. It's not
For
shocking.
some reason, we laughed.
Because it's poorly blocked and directed.
Yeah.
The zookeeper, which is then shot like somebody filmed it on their cell phone.
Oh, yes.
Really badly done.
I forgot about that. The threat, I should say, just comes to an abrupt end.
It just stops. Yeah.
Suddenly,
it spares Mark and Zooey and their like blank stare of an adopted daughter.
So is that nature just going, I think I've made my point? So for some reason, nature went, let's pause.
And that's the end of the movie.
Okay, let's make it all happy now. Everything's great.
Oh, and Zooey's pregnant too.
They can have kids.
They can have kids.
Everything is wonderful.
That might have been interesting with the girl if they set that up at the beginning of the movie, that they couldn't have kids.
Yeah. Also, the relationship it's saved. Everything is great.
Everything's great, all right?
I don't know why you didn't think it was. I told you it could work. You didn't think it could work?
Well, there's some ridiculous attempt at like drama with them where like she had dessert with a coworker and like that's supposed to like cause friction and it's just so badly done.
For some reason, like this batch of Coors Lights, man, like these aren't opening easily at all. By the way, I'm going to need a sharp tool at some point to open this up.
I wish we had something down here like that.
No, I do too.
But anyway, back to the happening.
Why it started so suddenly on a Tuesday at 8:33 and then ended so suddenly at 9:27 the next morning.
Well, Kay, to be perfectly honest, this was an act of nature, and we'll never fully understand it.
Then there's like a sequel bait at the end where like this might be happening in France now.
I think we've made our point.
But just in case, we'll make another point in France.
The happening is happening there.
Yeah.
Why?
Because sequel bait?
There was no sequel.
M. Night thought there might be.
M. Night didn't know.
M. Night thought there'd be another day. The Happening 2. This time it's personal.
M. Night thought that the success of the movie would be a happening, when in fact the failure of the movie was the happening.
What's the opposite of happening?
Not happening. And by the way, any reason to think that when it's happening in France that a few months later it just wouldn't stop again?
Exactly. The trees made their point again.
All of you people in France can also live out your happily ever after ending because we've decided to stop here as well.
This might be the laziest, like, big budget movie I've seen in a long time.
It's really crap. It belongs in the junkyard. I guess they wanted it to be creepy, but it was just sort of like, yeah.
Well, there's nothing creepy in this movie at all.
We already saw the premise. That was the pitch. That was the gimmick.
I saw this movie when it first came out in 2008. I heard it was bad.
Yep.
I love bad movies, so I saw it. Yes, it was bad. I didn't think it was entertainingly bad. Like, I just thought it was a bad movie.
I would actually say, now that I've seen it the second time all the way through, it's worse.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen it since 2008. And it's actually, I think this is in the so bad it's good range. Should people watch it again?
No.
They should not seek this out just for laughs? Because it is funny.
Maybe you're right about that.
It is unintentionally funny. It's like one of the
we did laugh a lot. Partly because we're making fun of the bad acting. Partly because it's just a stupid premise. And the meandering sort of aspect of the movie. We're just like, why are they there? So why now? Why is this happening now? Who cares?
If you ever want to have like a bad movie night with a group of friends, this is a good movie for that, I think. Yeah. You'll have a good time showing this.
Man, I wish this fucking beer would open easier.
You can make tons of like fun drinking games out of this movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every time somebody says, "Is it happening?" Drink.
Whatever's happening is happening to smaller and smaller populations.
Every time like Mark Wahlberg or somebody in tight close-up stares blankly, at the head beyond the camera, you could drink.
Oh no.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a shitty movie, but is it watchable to enjoy the badness? Yes.
Absolutely.
And I think that concludes this episode of The Junkyard. Folks, thanks for joining us. Let us know what you think of The Happening. We think it's a piece of shit. Maybe you don't. Tell us why. Besides that, you could also tell us some other ideas like other shitty movies we should be talking about. Chris, any thoughts? Chris? Oh, shit. The Happening's happening. Again. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus.
You had trouble opening your beer. Why don't you try this?
Oh, because this actually will help open it?
It's a knife, but it might work.
Oh, my God. Look at that.
Now it's happening.
Thanks, man.